So, to begin with, as with all other candidates, I'd now invite each candidate to give a 2-minute address to the audience. Can you introduce yourself and tell us why you're running and why you'd be the ideal candidate?
Okay. Thank you, Sana. Right, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Robert. Currently, I am the course rep for mathematics, which is part of the School of Physical Sciences and Computing. I'm standing for second year maths rep and also disability rep because in my opinion, the representation of students with disabilities, long story short, it's a bit lacklustre. I took 4 years between college and coming to university. In that time, I've been campaigning for disabled students in various areas. I've introduced mental health. I've been campaigning for mental health services across North Yorkshire, which is where my GP is registered back home. In East Lancashire, in both the Ribble Valley and the East Lancashire Care Commission Group, I've been campaigning first support services around students with Asperger's syndrome, which is what I have myself, which is a developmental disability, and I'll be glad to let you guys know I've actually improved services across the whole of East Lancashire and North Yorkshire as a result. Now, I know obviously in recent years awareness of disabilities and students with disabilities has increased almost exponentially. In my opinion, it's still got a good way to go in terms of improvement for the future. I mean, within mathematics, there's only about 7 students with disabilities, and between us, we don't cover that larger range of disabilities. I mean,
Hi, I'm David, and I'm so glad I had a cue card because I completely forgot what my name was. Okay, so I'm currently on community social care policy and practice in my first year. Anyone from Runcorn? No, just me? Okay. Anyway, the main reason why I want to run for disability rep is because UCLan is such a great place to study. And it was because of that why I came here. And now I feel like I could help improve that going forward. Now, with improving various things now. And I feel like I can do that because I like talking to people. Not in front of a bunch of people with a microphone, that kind of terrifies me a bit, but yeah, I like talking to people and I like getting ideas from people and then conveying them to the people that make decisions. Now, I feel I can do that well, and I will do this through trying to contact and get opinions and views on the accessibility at UCLan from disabled students. Now, whether that's through meetings or arranged activities, yeah, I'm going to stop there.
Well, I hope I've got this the right way around. Yeah, I have. Usually when I use a microphone, I stand because I'm a classical singer, so the microphone is usually an inch or 2 away from me. Otherwise, it will get blasted, and your ears will get blasted. Is there anybody from the Isle of Man in here? Well, I take it it's just me then. I'm from the Isle of Man. I'm studying neuropsychology. I did 3 years of an open university degree in psychology, and thanks to to UCLan, I got an unconditional offer to come here and study. I'm totally blind, and I also have epilepsy. And I wish to raise awareness of autism, epilepsy, and other invisible challenges that people have, such as brain injury, etc. And in my manifesto, I do state that. I do have print copies available, should you wish to read it. And if you want an electronic version, you can send me an email via the UCLan global thing. I also speak Italian. I play the piano, so there's a bit about me. And I generally want to help people. So I hope you've got questions, because I'll gladly answer them. Yeah, I hope I get elected, and thank you.
Unfortunately, Dean couldn't attend today, but he did send over a statement to be read out in his behalf, so I'll just time myself. Okay. I'm running for disability representative this year, as I want to make sure that every disability is represented at UCLan. This is not a CV filler for me. Disability issues, as well as mental health ones, are a real passion of mine. Over the past 12 months, there have been a lot of changes going on behind the scenes at UCLan in relation to disability. Having been able to arrange and take part in these meetings and discussions, it's been a privilege, even without an official title. Irrespective of who wins in these elections, it's important that everyone is represented. Whether you have an invisible disability or one that everyone is able to identify with, we need to hold both the university and the union to account. Even if I don't get elected, people are still more than welcome to come to me with issues. I'll still work with those that want or need any support. Thank you very much. I'd now like to ask... Oh, that's me. Sorry, never mind. Do you know what? I knew that at one point this afternoon I'd get something really embarrassingly wrong, and that was it. So now I don't have to worry, right? Okay. Yeah, no, not that. Okay, so thank you very much, all the candidates. Round of applause. Okay, so similar to other council positions, we've got a couple of questions from me, some from pre-asked questions, and some from the audience. So we'll kick off straight away. What do you think is the biggest issue facing disabled students, and if you were elected, how would you tackle it? You've got a minute each, and off you go when you're ready.
All right, biggest issue facing students with disabilities at the moment. Well, I'd say at the moment it's sometimes access because of obviously the construction site with the Engineering Innovation Centre. But obviously in the coming academic year we're going to be having even bigger issues because the master plan construction work is going to start. Now, I'm already aware that that's going to involve pedestrianisation of Adelphi Street, which runs alongside the library, back of Delphi and side of Victoria. But also, and I know this personally, traffic, it can be quite a big issue among all students, because I mean, if you're trying to cross, you're trying to cross the road next to CNT building, for example. Sometimes cars will be generous enough and let you across with ample time. In other cases, they won't. They'll almost run. They'll literally go as soon as they'll literally set off as soon as the light turns yellow, ready for them to go again. So hopefully I can work with you guys in the future, and we can sort out the traffic regulations and make transport easier for students and more comfortable.
Right, thank you.
So, well, just to go based on Rob's point there, the master plan team have been working hard with disabled students here at UCLan, to try and make things as easy as possible. Now, obviously, anyone can get in touch with the master plan team to help that. But I feel, what was the question again?
The question was, what do you think is the biggest issue faced by disabled students? And if elected, how would you overcome that?
Thank you. I think the biggest issue actually facing students at the moment is the word disability. Now, the thing is, disability is a socially constructed idea. And it's because people have put things into place thinking that's what's right for everyone, whereas it's not right for everyone. Now, we have buildings here at UCLan that do not have automatic doors. Like yesterday, I saw 2 students struggling in wheelchairs to open the door. Obviously, I helped, but you know, it was, I don't know. I thought, right, see what happens. Anyway, right, yeah.
Thank you very much.
With regards to David's point there on disability, I'm going to be a bit passionate now. We are not disabled. We are able, but we just have challenges. I do not like the word disability, and I would really hope that it would be taken out of the curriculum. I would like equality, and I feel for everyone who overcomes diversity. And I'm going to say that you're not disabled, you're all able, just different, and we all have different quirks, and we're all cool, and that's what makes us who we are. So don't call yourselves disabled, and don't say you have a disability. You just have a challenge, and we can overcome that challenge together as one.
Okay, thank you very much. And we've got time for one question from the audience. Let's have a look. Okay, so how do you plan to represent all disabilities? Okay, and you've got a minute each.
So, somebody's asking about a plan to represent all disabilities. Well, obviously, as we've been saying, not all disabilities are physical or obvious. I mean, talking physical disabilities, you've got obviously like hearing impairments, visual impairments, maybe even people who are refined to a wheelchair for life. Obviously, other disabilities aren't as obvious. Like, obviously, I've said about Asperger's syndrome, which is on the autism spectrum and is a developmental issue. Now, I'd say the best way to represent all disabilities is to improve awareness of what different disabilities there are, and also try and educate students more on how to tackle those difficulties. Maybe even like, for example, like people aren't aware of most of the issues where I'm from, which is the Ribble Valley. So I've been campaigning for years about these
That's
issues.
time, candidate. Thank you. Yeah, of course I can. So the question was, make sure I say the right words. How do you plan to represent all disabilities?
Okay, so I have a visual impairment, but I am open to discussion with anyone with any disability, whether it's physical, mental, so anything that can be seen. I suppose I shouldn't really say that, being visually impaired. But obviously, invisible disabilities. And I will do this through regular meetings with any student who wants to turn up, whether they identify as being disabled or not, and then we can work towards what best accessibility can be done around campus. As a team, all together, let's make UCLan great again. Again? No, it's still great, just make it even better.
Well, David, stop stop copying Donald Trump. I'm glad this microphone's wireless. With regards to disabilities, and yeah, I hate that word, but anyway, with regards to challenges, I will endeavour to meet with people, speak to them on social media, speak to them if they want to speak to me via email or however they prefer to communicate. And if they've got a problem, then we'll find a solution, because no matter what the problem is, we can always find a solution to it, right? So we're not giving up and we won't quit, because I don't believe in quitting, and nor should anybody else. We came here to study, we came here to enjoy ourselves.
That's time, candidate, thank you. Okay, thank you very much to all of our candidates for Disabled Students Rep. We had David Cromwell, Samantha Ash, Robert Gravestone and Dean Kamitsis. Thank you very much, everyone.